Hey there, Tutu fam. We're back with another episode of Startup Stories. This week, we've got my very good friend, Mr. James Corbett. He is the co-founder of Project Refit. James, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Bummed about your hand, but you were just on a volunteer effort, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a big deal. Drove to Louisiana, helped out a police officer down there. It was really special.
That was amazing. James, thanks so much for taking the time today to talk about your startup story. This series that we started is all about trying to inspire other entrepreneurs or startup entrepreneurs to go and follow and chase their dreams. So I'm really excited for them to hear your story because you are an entrepreneur, even though your organization is technically a nonprofit. So I really want people to see that it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. I hope encourage everybody to go and follow their passion, whether it be a nonprofit, a for-profit, doesn't matter. Being an entrepreneur is so much it's so much bigger than just for profit. It could be making a difference within your community too. And you, sir, are making a huge impact with the community that you serve with Project Refit.
Yes, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So James, right before we get into it, can you real quick tell everybody how they can connect with you?
Yeah, for sure. So, the best way to do that is through LinkedIn to connect with me personally. But then for Project Refit, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We have a Twitter. It's kind of trash, but they're going to be completely honest with you. We also have a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel, and it's all literally at Project Refit. You just search Project Refit, you'll find us.
Awesome. And we'll put the links to all of James and Project Refit social in the caption so you guys can connect with them. All right, James, let's get this show on the road, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
So James, tell us how Project Refit started. What is your startup story?
Sure. So it's a little bit of a roundabout. So I was at Columbia University and I was studying negotiation conflict resolution. I saw some data about, basically communities are moving more. There's a couple of things that I recognize. Communities are moving more towards a virtual and hybrid experience between in-person and online. And I also noticed that there were some communication differences between law enforcement and communities growing. So I actually originally started out with this whole idea to help reconnect law enforcement to their communities. And then as I was working with law enforcement, I recognized one of the biggest problems is law enforcement feels outed from everything. They feel like they're separate from everyone, and they're constantly under attack and threat. So then I started recognizing the same kind of problem happens within the veteran community as well. And I just saw these issues and these problems. I came up with some really cool ideas combining on and offline approaches to building the community of the future. I then saw Dan Lombard, who's a co-founder of this, post something online saying, "Hey, I have PTSD, and if I'm mean," he didn't say that, but he said, "If I'm mean, I apologize. And just please recognize I do have PTSD and talk to me about it." And I was like, that's a leader. That's a leader right there. That is someone that I want to connect with. And I asked him a couple of questions, and Project Refit came to be.
Wow, that took a lot of courage for him to put that out there that he does have PTSD, but with the courage that it took him to do that and ask, say, "Hey, talk to me about it." Wanted to share that story, and so that people are more understanding to similar people in the situation.
Yeah.
That's awesome. James, we like to say that our superpower is the simple yet creative marketing approach that we take with our clients. What is Project Refit's superpower?
We're not afraid. One, we're super courageous. And two, we're great listeners. So when we combine those two things, you create Project Refit's superpower, which is empathy. So we genuinely are super courageous in talking about what we go through. I'm not afraid to talk about things that I've been through myself. And I'm not afraid to share my feelings with people. And I'm not afraid to share, whether it's positive or negative, and personal relationships or business relationships. I'm going to tell you how I feel about you.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I think we bring to the table as an organization. We're not scared. We're not afraid to bring up anything that needs to be said that the community has been trying to say for years. We say it.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that really brings us to the forefront as an organization making waves.
Absolutely. That's amazing, man. What is the why behind Project Refit?
So our why is we want to help our first responders, veterans, active duty military, and their families extend their lives. We want to help extend their lives. That's why we're doing what we're doing, right? We want to combat isolation. That's our mission. And in the byproduct, I'm beginning to learn of this combating of isolation. The byproduct is love. So we're genuinely spreading and opening up the door to more people feeling love and feeling loved. Because our community isn't just a local community that you're in, it's the extended United States community. And we're really trying to make that come together. That's one of the things that we're really genuinely trying to do, is bring us back together as a community to heal together.
That's what needs to happen, man. For somebody who is loves your story and wants to get involved with Project Refit, I think you guys have a couple events that are coming up here in August that they could get involved with. What are a couple? Do you want to plug those two things?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll actually plug three if that's okay.
Yeah.
So we have August 15th is a car cruise. It's also dine and donate all day at Tap Room and Grill in Haddon Township.
Awesome.
Then we have the cornhole tournament August 26th in Summers Point. It's at Cornhole Craze. And then we have the gala, which is hosted by SJYPA September 18th. And I really want a lot of people to come out to that.
Oh yeah, Halo Ball is going to be a blast. I encourage everybody to come out for that. Not only is it an amazing evening with a 6-hour open bar, but it is a huge fundraiser for our friends at Project Refit. We're going to raise a lot of money that night.
I'm wearing a suit jacket, a hat, no tie on my shirt, and jeans and sneakers. We're going to be real fly.
That's authentic as hell. Thank you, James. James, last question before we wrap up here. For somebody who's thinking about starting their startup or has recently started their startup, what's one piece of advice that you would give to an entrepreneur?
Those are two different things, and I'll answer both of them.
Okay.
So if you're thinking about starting one up, just do it, because genuinely, think about this. No matter what you do in your lifetime, it's going to sound a little depressing or whatever, but it's genuinely not. It's super motivating. It doesn't matter in the long term. What somebody did necessarily, like that guy that tried the first poison berry for us to figure it out, we don't know his name. We don't know, or her name. We don't know who did it, but I'm grateful that they did that, because now we know as a human society and race not to eat those berries, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is what you do doesn't necessarily matter in the long run with your name being remembered and such, but no one's going to do it anyway. So you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Just do it, because it's literally up to you to do the thing that nobody else wants to do. Okay. Now, for somebody who's doing it currently, it's going to suck. It's going to be super hard. You're going to run into people who are going to lie to you. You're going to run into people who are going to, take advantage of you, but you're also going to learn. And you're going to find people who care about you. You're going to find people who want to back you up. You're going to find people that want to see you succeed. And then once you begin to get yourself in that circle, find the people within that circle that will absolutely tell you when you're being stupid.
Yeah.
That's one of the most critical things in the world. You're going to have a lot of people that tell you, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, we love it, blah, 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 and all that. But look for the people that are like, look, I like what you're doing, but this area needs to be improved big time. Absolutely. And I'm surrounding myself right now. I can tell you the reason why Project Refit will become one of the biggest nonprofits in the country, because I'm building a team right now of veterans specifically that are surrounding me that will tell me, hey, man, love it, but you're rushing things a little bit, or you're moving here too quick, and taking a step back. We need people who will tell us when we're being wrong or stupid or whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
Figure that out.
Good 2 points there. Absolutely. Find your tribe. And honestly, you're never going to be ready, right? To take that plunge. You're never going to be 100% there to go and launch a startup.
I guarantee if you are a multimillionaire trying to start up a company, you're still not ready.
Exactly.
Guarantee
so you got to just do it and trust in yourself that you're going to figure it out, and that you're going to surround yourself with your tribe who's going to help you figure it out and tell you when you're making stupid mistakes or thinking about something that doesn't make sense.
Honest people.
Yeah, honest people. Good advice, James. Well, thank you so much today for sharing your startup stories. You were an inspiration to so many others, and I'm really proud of you, brother. Thank you for doing what you do. It takes a lot of courage.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll talk soon. Thank you guys for another episode of Startup Stories, and we'll see you next week.
Become monthly donors.
There you go.